Well, it has been quite some time since I last talked to you guys, and I apologize for uploading these videos for, I guess it's one long video for you. Basically 3 days late. I know, guys. I told you guys there was going to be a baseball tournament going on for myself this week, and this weekend, excuse me, and it was just extremely busy, insane how long this tournament was. And I literally was not able to upload any videos for you. I apologize wholeheartedly for it. And as of right now, we seem pretty clear. All right, so I'm just giving you guys the heads up right now that everything should be okay from here on out, at least for a little while. And here we are. We're going to talk about this whole series that was the Seattle Mariners, the Air Canada West, whatever you want to call it. Pure Jays fans there at Safeco. I'm gonna call it Safeco Field still because that's the way it is to me. All right, so. Game 1 did not go the Blue Jays' way. They lost 7-4, and it was one bad inning. It was the bottom of the 6th inning where strikes were not able to be thrown, wild pitches, and just awful. It was all around just an awful ball game. A game you usually get from a team that's down near the bottom of the standings, as the Blue Jays are right now, but you have not seen that a lot from this Blue Jays team over the last little while, seeing sloppy baseball. I think in that inning, in that one bottom of the 6th, there were 4 walks and 2 pass balls. Led to 3 runs. It was a tied game at that point. You just can't let that happen. Now, in that ball game, however, we're not going to run through plays and how that happened because we'll be here all day. But statistically, this series has shown me that Bo Bichette in the big stage, he doesn't get phased. The reason I say this is because he had a total of 8 hits in 3 games. He had 3 hits in game 1, went 3 for 5 with a run scored, but raised his batting average to .333. Fisher went 1 for 4 with a run scored and a walk. Vladdy went 1 for 5. Everybody had a hit except for Brandon Drury went 0 for 4. But nothing really stood out other than Bo Bichette. Teoscar Hernandez went 2 for 4 with a couple RBIs. Good for him. But other than that, not a whole lot going on for the Blue Jays in that ball game. Offensively, Buddy Boshiers went 2/3 in an inning of a clean job. And Sam Gaviglio came out, and he's the one who really imploded for the team. Walked 3 guys, went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit, 3 runs. All 3 were earned. Struck out the only guy he got out, and walked 3. He wasn't very good. Tim Mayza came out. He wasn't as good either. I mean, he wasn't really that great either. Went 3rd of an inning, got a strikeout, obviously, but then walked a guy. 4 walks in that inning. You just can't do that in a tied ball game. You just can't. Neil Ramirez came out. Is it Nick Ramirez or Neil Ramirez? I can't remember at this point. Where is he here? There he is. It's Neil Ramirez. Went clean inning in a third, walked 2, but that was about it. All right, didn't allow a hit, didn't allow a run. Good job for him. Justin Schaefer went out clean inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, and a couple strikeouts. So good job by him. Again, there wasn't a whole lot in that ball game that jumps out as me as positives. Yeah, you can say Bo Bichette was great and Teoscar. The Jays got on the board early. They were up 2-0. But the bad pitching, the inability to throw strikes, you're just going to lose a lot of games that way. When you're not throwing strikes, you're going to lose a ton, and that's what you saw in the ball game there on I think it was on Friday night. I mean, you combine all the numbers. The Jays had, let me do it over here, 8 walks. I mean, you just can't. That's almost a walk-in inning. You just can't do that. Now, in the next game, however, in game 2, we're going to get off of that first game because it was just a big negative, and you're not going to talk about that kind of stuff. Game 2, there was more positives. On Saturday, it was a Saturday night. It started at 9 o'clock. King Felix Hernandez came in, and he was the guy. You know, he's obviously King Felix and everything. He's been out all year. He came back in this game, and he was really good. King Felix Hernandez was vintage King Felix in this one. Maybe not as much, but he wasn't bad. 5 2/3, 3 hits, walked 3, struck out 4, only gave up 2 runs over 5 2/3. He did a good job, but the bullpen imploded for them. And the Blue Jays were down 2-0 early off a 2-run single from Kyle Seager. But then in the top of the 3rd, Teoscar Hernandez comes up, and he absolutely unloads on a pitch. 1-0, inside was a hanging curveball, and he does not miss it. Crushes it into the seats to make it a 2-1 ball game. His 20th home run of the season. Good to see for Teoscar Hernandez, hitting that 20 home run tally for the 2nd year in a row. Good for him. Then Bo Bichette comes up in the same inning, of course, and he gets a 2-1 pitch. Fastball down the middle. Again, does not miss it. and crushes it to left center, and it's gone. We're tied at 2. Bichette's got his 8th home run. The kid's unbelievable, and the Blue Jays have tied it. And then in the bottom of the 5th inning, they give up a 3-run shot, and it's a 5-2 ball game. Didn't look good for the Blue Jays. And then we go to the top of the 7th, where everything changes for the Toronto Blue Jays in this game. They bring in Whistler to come in, and Teoscar Hernandez walks on 4 pitches. Then on a pass ball, Hernandez up to second base. Was this the theme of the first game? A walk and a pass ball. Sounds familiar. Then Billy McKinney comes up and he doubles to right field. Hernandez comes in. McKinney up to second. It's a 5-3 ball game with a runner in scoring position again. Danny Jansen flies out. Billy McKinney ends up at third base. Who comes up? Bo Bichette, of course. And he singles to left field. Billy McKinney comes in, and hey, the Jays have cut the lead down to 5-4. Great job. They bring in McLean, and this guy can't throw a strike to save his life. Walks Kevin Biggio on 4 pitches. Bichette moves up to second. Then he throws a wild pitch. Both guys move up. Hey, we talk about it in every video, guys. You get an opportunity in a game. It's usually one opportunity late. And if you don't capitalize, you usually lose a ball game. So, in that bottom of the top of the 7th inning, you're down 5-4. There's 2 out. You have runners at second and third, all right? And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. up at the plate, and he hits a ground out. And you know what? That's okay. You know, with Vladdy grounding out, excuse me, actually, I think it was only 1 out, excuse me, because he grounded out to the second base. And they try to turn 2, not in time. Run comes in. The Jays have tied the ball game. There you go. But again, you have a chance now to take the lead. So what happens? Rowdy Tellez, what happened on that? Sorry, Bichette came in to score on the play. Yeah, so that all happens. Then Rowdy Tellez comes up and he doubles to left field. And Biggio comes in and the Jays have taken the lead. It is 5-4. This is what happens when you get clutch knocks from your guys. And they got a 2-out clutch double from Rowdy Tellez. Like we've talked about in other videos, it's been different guys day in, day out for the Blue Jays who have come through. You saw Bichette and Teoscar Hernandez in the first game. You saw Bichette, obviously, in game 2. And you saw, what was his name? Rowdy Tellez come up huge. The Blue Jays come away with a 5-4 victory, even up the series. Now, unfortunately, lose the 3rd game, but let's break the stats down real quickly here for game 2. Bichette, once again, 3 for 5, has 3 RBIs, the home run, scores 2 runs, batting average up to 345. The guy's unbelievable. Vladdy was 0 for 4, Biggio 0 for 3, Rowdy Tellez was 1 for 4, but it was clutch. And anything else crazy? No, just a couple 1-firsts here and there, nothing too crazy. But Teoscar Hernandez with 1 for 2 with a home run, but he walked twice and came in to score. So a great night for Hernandez at the dish. And pitching-wise, Wilmer Font came out and he had a rough first inning. He gave about 2 hits, was the 2-run single to Kyle Seager. And then Brock Stewart came out, and overall I thought he was pretty good, but he gave up a 3-run shot in that, what inning was that they gave up the home run? The bottom of the 5th. To make it a 5-2 ball game. So he went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, struck out 4, and walked 1. So he wasn't bad, but he wasn't great. And then Jordan Romano, Canadian boy, goes out there, throws an inning, walks 2, but guys, a clean inning, no hits, no runs, clean job for him. Good to see for Jordan Romano. Buddy Boshears faced 1 guy, strikes him out. Good job, buddy. And who's actually been very well lately. And Derek Law goes out there in a save situation. Last time I saw Derek Law, if I'm not mistaken, he blew a save in his last outing, but he went out there, went an inning and 2/3, didn't allow a hit, walked 2, but struck out 2, and picked up his 4th save on the year. ERA dropped to 4.96 for Derek Law, so a good job by him. Now, in the finale on Sunday afternoon, the Jays lost 3-1. They had no offense, 1 run on 5 hits, could not get a damn thing going against Marco Gonzalez, and Clay Buchholz was the starter for the Blue Jays in that game, and he was really good. Clay Buchholz was actually really good. 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, didn't walk a batter, and struck out 3. He was really good, but he picks up the loss. He's 0-3 on the season, and that's a tough one for him in that state. But you know what? Bo Bichette, once again, 2 for 4 in the ball game with a run scored. Vladdy went 1 for 4. Tellez 1 for 3 with an RBI. Derek Fisher 1 for 3, but that was about it. Scattered everything. 5 hits, nothing crazy there. Jason Adam went in and gave up a hit, gave up a run. wasn't an earned run, and struck out a batter. And Ken Giles went out there. Good to see him back out there. Went an inning, gave up, didn't allow a hit, didn't walk a batter, and struck out 2. So it was good to see for Ken Giles getting down there and getting some work in, because as much as Derek Law hasn't been bad in the save situations, you want Ken Giles in that spot. And I think we can all agree on that. All right, I'm sorry I've been looking down a lot, guys. It's been a lot of rehashing memory. All right, so I apologize for that. Now, with that 3-game set out of the way, first I want to say thank you to Jays fans for being unbelievable once again there in Seattle. It is incredible to see that every single time we're out there. That is a dream of mine to go out there and watch a ball game out there, because it would be incredible to see. But really tip of the cap to all Jays fans who were out there, more or less West Coast people who don't usually get to watch Jays games here in Toronto. They're able to watch them out west in Seattle, and it was awesome to see them take over there in the away ball field. It's awesome to see. All right, so with the day off today, the Blue Jays are traveling home to welcome back Josh Donaldson. For the first time since the trade with Cleveland last year, but obviously now being with the Atlanta Braves, he comes back to Toronto tomorrow night. It's a 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Canadian boy, Mike Soroka, possible Cy Young Award winner there in the National League. He's in Game 1 there tomorrow. And in Game 2, we don't know who it is on the mound for the Blue Jays. I'm assuming it's another bullpen day. And then on Wednesday, Mike Foltynewicz, love the name. And then Jacob Waguespack on the mound for the Blue Jays. Again, 7:07 first pitch, 2-game series there in Atlanta. All right, then the Jays have a day off, then they welcome in the Astros. So you have the division-leading Atlanta Braves and the division-leading Houston Astros coming to town. It's going to be a crazy next few series for the Blue Jays. They got a lot of good teams coming in, but you got to test yourself against those good teams, and that's what we want to see as the Blue Jays continue to get better and continue to move forward in their process of rebuilding. Let's get on to the minor leaguers, and we're not going to talk about any of the ball games that passed except for Nate Pearson, who went 6 innings of 2-run ball in his second outing in AAA. And if I'm not mistaken, he gave up a 2-run shot in the second inning, and then for the next 4 innings, didn't allow a hit. He went 6 innings, gave up 2 hits and 2 runs, did not walk about it. I think he struck out 7, too. So, you know what? As much as he gave up a 2-run shot, he was stellar. Great job by Nate Pearson in that game there. All right, so today, the Buffalo Bisons are facing off against Rochester, and they're up 5-2 right now in the bottom. I think it's in the middle of the 7th, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's, yeah, middle of the 7th. Any positives? Anthony Alford, there we go. Good to see him back up there in AAA. The guy had not been able to stay healthy all year long, but it is great to see him back there in AAA. Well, 1 for 3 with a run scored. He's hitting .267, and the guy's on the injured list for so long. You know, I mean, he comes back in and just starts hitting, gets a run scored on a hit. Great job by Anthony Alford in that one. Santiago Espinal went 1 for 3 in the game. He's doing really well there in AAA so far. He went 1 for 3 with an RBI. He's hitting .286. Great job by Santiago Espinal down there. And on the mound, Thomas Pannone was the starter. Don't really care because we haven't seen anything in the big leagues that has shown me Thomas Pannone is a big league pitcher. All right, so I'm not even going to talk about that. Down in the Double A, I guess, New Hampshire Fisher Cats. And who's on the mound today? Yennsy Diaz went 6 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, only 2 were earned. Did not walk a batter and struck out 7. Maybe Nate Pearson did walk a batter. Maybe I was thinking of Yennsy Diaz's line. I'm not too sure about that, guys. But dropped his ERA to 3.87. Again, the 5 runs were not great, but they were only 2 earned, so I'm not too sure what happened in that time. But he didn't walk a batter and struck out 7 through 6 2/3. That's something to really keep an eye on, and I like what we saw from Yennsy Diaz there today. Offensively, nothing really positive going on there. A couple 1-1s here and there. Nothing too crazy. All right, we'll go down to the Dunedin Blue Jays, who were supposed to play a doubleheader today, but didn't play either. So that's the end of that. And down in Lansing, there it's a 6-6 ball game. Oh, no, down 8-6 now. All right, are the Lansing Lugnuts? But some positives to take from this game for sure. Otto Lopez, 2 for 4 with an RBI. He's hitting .321. Great to see there. Yorman Rodriguez went 2 for 4. He's hitting .358. Gabriel Moreno, who's had a tough time lately hitting the ball. Great to see him have a good ball game there today. 2 for 4. He's hitting .284 down there in Lansing. And Griffin Conine, 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. He's only hitting .274. I mean, again, not bad. But again, one of the Jays' top draft picks last year. You'll want to see this guy slowly start to progress, and he hasn't as of yet. All right, down in Vancouver, Alek Manoah gets the start today for the Vancouver Canadians. At about 10 o'clock, they get going there in Vancouver. Alek Manoah on the mound for the Blue Jays. He had a tough time in his last outing. He had a tough 1 inning. And then he was great the rest of the way. Let's see what he does in the bounce back outing there tonight. All right, let's see what happens there for the Vancouver Canadians. Down in Bluefield, they're down 3-1 right now to, I don't know who the heck the other team is, but they're down 3-1 right now, or 3-2 now. Ooh, bottom of the ninth. Ooh, chance to walk it off. I don't know. But anyways, as of right now, Leonardo Jimenez, 2 for 3 in the ball game. He's hitting .285, and Miguel Geraldo, 1 for 4 with a run scored in that one, so he's having a pretty good ball game as well. Will he be able to walk it off? I don't know. But, guys, you know what? That is going to do it for this one. Once again, I apologize for the extremely late upload and it being really delayed and all that stuff. I apologize wholeheartedly for that. I did not want to do that to you guys, but, again, the timing was just totally off, and I apologize for that. And we'll be back into the real groove and the good groove starting tomorrow, I guess, for the Atlanta Braves series. All right, so, guys, hit the like button if you guys enjoyed this one. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. I don't know what's going on with this lighting. It's all crazy. Comment down below everything you guys thought about this game, this video, these games, I guess, this video, the minor leagues we've discussed, all that great stuff. And check out Main Man Mo Buckets on Twitter, guys. Blue Jays Wave on Instagram. I hope to be on this podcast this week. It'll be a lot of fun. I really hope to be on there this week with him and his buddy Rob. All right, guys. Twitter is down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys Blue Jays edition in Game 1 of the mini 2-game set against the Atlanta Braves starting tomorrow night. Game 1 is 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Canadian boy Mike Soroka on the mound in Josh Donaldson's return to Toronto. There tomorrow night, 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. I'm assuming it's a bullpen day for the Blue Jays. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys then.